Good morning, everyone. Welcome to church on such a beautiful Sunday. We're so grateful that you're here. We're going to start our service right now. We're going to get Jamie Lula up here because he's going to lead us in his song. You ready to go, Jamie?
Ready.
Here we go. We are the harvest. 1, 2.
Come on, y'all. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Come on. Oh, I am that I am. Oh, I am that I am. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. I am. Oh, I am that I am. Oh, I am that I am. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. We are the harvest. We are the harvest we reap. One more time. We are the harvest we reap. Find your harmony.
Nice.
Find your harmony. Do it.
Yes.
What's that?
I said find your harmony.
Always. Good morning. How is everybody?
Yes.
All right, welcome. I am Dr. Sydney, and I want to read a quote to you from Ram Dass. You can either be wise or you can know knowledge, but you can't know wisdom. You have to be it. Wisdom has simplicity to it. What the spiritual path offers is a way to come back into balance, to develop our intuition and the wisdom of our heart, so that the intellect is no longer the master, but instead is the servant of our heart. That part of us that brings us into unity with ourselves and all other beings. So we are here to step into that conscious creation of unity, that conscious expression of unity, that conscious infrastructure of unity within ourselves, within this community, and for the entire world. So regardless of where you are on your spiritual path, you are welcome here. We are so grateful you are here. Wherever you are on that spectrum of gender, race, politics, age, culture, whatever it is, we are so glad to see you because we are unapologetically inclusive. We are a center for oneness. Yes. So
yes.
I hope you will have a great service.
Yes.
Here's my brother.
Yes, my sister.
You see the resemblance? Yeah.
We cut from the same fabric,
Yeah,
y'all.
I know. Just, wow.
All right. Good morning, everyone. I'm Reverend Skip Jennings, and such an honor to be here on this stage, and it's just amazing to be here. And I want to say Happy Black History Month.
Yep.
And one thing you might not know about me, I'm black.
No. Wow.
But also, just to think about this, it's not just for black people. This is our history.
Yeah.
And we get to celebrate here at the Oneness Center, our center here, that we recognize the history that we've all been together here. So I welcome you into the space, and happy Love Month as well. February's Love Month, but here it's love all the time. So if you're online for the very first time, hey, we welcome you. We thank you. We thank you that you're here. Please write into the feed where you're from, what's your name, and please know that we have practitioners online with you that's praying for you, that's connecting with you. And if you're here in this center, I invite you to go ahead and silence your cell phone. But we like social media. media. So if you want to check in and take a picture and put it on social media, let people know where your spiritual community is, please do that. Please do that, but just silence your cell phone. Can we pray? Yes?
Yes.
I invite us to go within. And we just take a deep breath in, one breath together. Inhale. And exhale. So how grateful I am for this Oneness Center. How grateful I am for this divine energy we call God, Gaia, love, divine, nature. Whatever we call it, it is all the same. The one power, the only true power that there is. This power shows up as inclusivity, as oneness, as unity, as absolute unconditional love. This is my life, living and moving and having our beingness in the presence of Spirit. I know this truth for myself. I know this truth for each and every one of us that's here, that's in the sound of my voice, and those who are not even the sound of my voice. There is no space that love is not. So I know that this service is already blessed. It is already blessed because it's in God. It is a sacred ceremony. And as we go through the sacred ceremony, we open up our hearts, we open up our minds as our beloved Dr. Sidney gives this message that we may have our own transformation, that we may grow together and rise up into the space of oneness. So I bless the music, I bless the message, I bless all the ushers and all the people that come together to create this incredible love message. I release this word into the law of manifestation, the law of God, the law of life. Knowing that it is already done, I simply say, and so it is. And together we say, Amen.
Thank you.
Yes. And so I invite us all to stand up. Let's together pray together, and let's recite the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from error. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen.
Please remain standing for our congregational song, In This Very Room.
I don't know the words.
In this very room, there's quite enough love for one like me. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for one like me. And there's quite enough peace and quite enough power to walk through our every fear. For Spirit, Spirit is in this very room. In this very room, there's quite enough love for all of us. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for all of us. And there's quite enough peace and quite enough power to walk through our every fear. Spirit, Spirit is in this very room. In this very room, there's quite enough joy for all the world. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for all the world. And there's quite enough peace and quite enough power to walk through our every fear. For Spirit, Spirit is in this very room.
Yes, and please do not sit down. It's time for us to go around and do our spiritual meet and greet. Give someone a hug, say a namaste, tell them how much you love them. Go and celebrate life, y'all. Go ahead. All right, everyone, we invite you to go ahead and find your seats and take this joy energy into the chairs that you're in. So we're going to practice together one of the foundations of our movement. It is meditation. Meditation is when we get to wake up to who and what we are. So as a family, we get to meditate together. We're going to take about 5 minutes to sit, be still, and recognize that God is the love that we are. And I want you to take notice to something, that the tone you'll hear going into meditation is the key of A. It's a note of A, and this is the A that is connected to our third eye. Some people call it the first eye, your divine intuition. So I invite you to take into the space of meditation this energy, that everything you need to know is within you. It's just being revealed. So let's just take a deep breath in together, family. Inhale. And a big exhale. Let's do that again one more time. Inhale. And exhale. And I invite you to follow your breath. And if you want to come back into this state of meditation, you can always use our mantra, God is the love that I am. One more time, take a deep breath in. Exhale.
beneath the sun. Breathes like a harmonium. Pure perfection has begun, shining like a midnight sun. Out of darkness I have come. I see God in everyone. Let me be an instrument, guided by an heaven sent. May these grapes of pain ferment, alchemize to love's content, ever be a sacrament, knowing God is my intent. God, let me know your name. Hold me in the same breath as your word. Oh God, I feel you all around. Oh, how you astound me with your grace. Rolling like a thunder cloud, let me live my love out loud, standing for mankind and proud, baptized in a holy shroud. Peace be still and know me now. God is in all I have found. Oh God, let me know your name. Hold thee in the same breath as your word. Oh God, I feel you all around. Oh, how you astound me with your grace. Oh, spinning like a prayer feels, turning like Ezekiel's wheel. Nothing like a kiss seals this spirit I've become. Oh, knowing what I'm here for, rowing on to distant shores, flowing from infinite, God and everyone know. God, let me know your name. Hold me in the same breath as your word. Oh God, I feel you all around. Oh, how you astound me with your grace. Out of darkness I have come. I see God in everyone.
God, let me know your name. God, let me know your name. And God said, your name is Jamie. Your name is Sydney. Your name is Skip. Your name is Bess. Your name is... Thank you. Absolutely. Absolutely, Chrissy. Your name is exactly that. That I am. That I am. You know, Moses stood and said, who the heck are you that you can burn and not be consumed? That's my vernacular. And the bush said, I am that I am. I am that essence. I am the divine. I am what you are. You are what I am. I am that which thou art. Thou art that which I am. So it's not meant to be confusing. We're not here to solve a problem. We're here to engage and to rise up in this mystery, this beautiful, beautiful mystery. And I want to honor, before I get too far into this, a number of people who have celebrated being part of that mystery. We had an orientation last week for people who wanted to join the church, become members, and step into a higher level. This is interesting here. I think I want to move it. Hi, who are you? My name is God. Thank you very much. You never know what's going to happen here. I'm just going to speak this into the room. I have like this restless spirit going on today, and it's kind of dancing everywhere. So join me, won't you? So we have 13 people that filled out their membership applications after we had this training. You have certificates waiting for you out on the patio. One of our new members is in England. So we will be sending that to her. We'll scan it and send it, and then we'll put it in snail mail. Now, if you are one of the persons who was here and you don't see a certificate for yourself, it's because you didn't fill out the application. Because we actually had about 20 people that were attending. So if that is part of what you want to do, fill out the application, and you get a certificate too, and you get a certificate, anyway. Now, the part of what happens as we anchor in a greater knowing of who we are is we get to grow. And there are often benchmarks and there are levels that we can look at the understanding that we have begun to acquire, that we're beginning to living from the wisdom, not just the intellectual, as I read in Ram Dass's quote, but being that active form of wisdom. So I want to honor two people who are from our church family here, our Center for Oneness, who this week, they moved into great power and presence and acclamation and acknowledgement of it. Two of our members are now ministers, and that's Reverend Bill Carpenter. Thank you. And Robin Wolford, who is online right now. I know she is. So this is not for sissies, and this wasn't an easy path. I mean, there's a lot of muscle that goes into it, and one-arm push-ups, and there's a lot that has to take place. So I honor you, Bill and Robin, for doing that work, and I'm so glad, because this is what we teach, this is who we are, and we're all ministers in our own right, because to the degree that we use the awareness, this teaching, spiritual principle, we become ministers, we become leaders in our own lives. Yes. So this talk today is about, the title is One Power, One Presence. You know, every church, it used to be that science of mind churches, religious science churches throughout our movement would go into January and do the first 4 chapters from the introduction of our textbook. And that hasn't happened in a long time, but I was thinking about that it's good every now and then to just sort of refresh who it is that we are, what we teach, what we believe, or the path that we are here to join you on, or that had no syntax whatsoever. The path that we want to support you as you are walking. And you know, one of the things I like to say is if this place works for you, oh my gosh, we are so glad you're here. And if it doesn't, please keep searching. Because everybody gets to have a spiritual home and a spiritual family. So that is really, really vital. So let me just look at this month. We didn't do it in January. You might have noticed there was a lot of things going on in January.
It was a very long year.
It was a very long year. That month was a very long year. So now that we have moved into the year of February, I hope it's not the same. Goodness. We're going to do a bit of a deep dive, and don't worry, it won't be boring. Well, I mean, that's up to whatever. But I want us to look at those first 4 chapters. And so this is what we're going to be talking about. The first chapter is the thing itself. The next one is the way it works. The next one is what it does. And the last one is how to use it. So we're going to look at this idea and keep it in a relevance and in a way to apply, because this is applicable spirituality. It's not observable. There's a difference. This is something we want to be able to apply these principles and use them in our lives to rise up past the year of January 2025, and to rise up past everything that might be going on both in the world and within ourselves. And so we need to be able to look at the lens, look through the lens of awareness as we look out in the world or look within. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Having Skip here is just, because if nobody else answers, he will. So it's perfect. So it's also, as he mentioned, it's Black History Month. So we have the opportunity, I believe, to look at our teaching through this lens of great conscious awareness, compassion, and the idea of freedom. It's the idea of freedom. Now, Ernest Holmes, who founded this teaching, said it this way: the divine plan is one of freedom. Bondage is not God ordained. Freedom is the birthright of every living soul. So we are here to hear that voice, to listen for that voice, to respond, that says there's more. You are not held captive by anything, including you, including your beliefs, including anything that happens in the world. You have this capacity to declare your freedom, your liberation, your creative power resides within you, and you get to do this. Now, Ernest Holmes described the science of mind as the study of first cause, that idea of in the beginning. And it's not just in the beginning, how many millennia ago of some mythical Garden of Eden, but in the beginning, every day we have an in the beginning for ourselves. We have an in the beginning at every moment, every hour. We get to create in the beginning of this day, of this talk, of this time together. What is it that I am going to create? Because it becomes the cause. That which we speak, which we do, which we think is cause to the next moment. Cause and effect. So he described the science of mind as a study of first cause, spirit, mind, capital M, or the invisible essence, the ultimate stuff and intelligence from which everything comes, the power back of creation, the thing itself. So there are 2 ideas that I really want us to get, and if we don't get anything else, these are the ones that we need to have. First of all, God is everywhere equally present. God is everywhere equally present. You know, our kids learn there is no spot where God is not. And Jamie has a song that he wrote. There is nowhere,
There is nowhere that God is not.
oh my gosh. And I hope you get to hear it, because it is a powerful, wonderful song. You can't go anywhere. You know, up high, down low. God is all, God is everything, because God is that which we are. That's that first idea. Second idea, and this is from Ernest Holmes: there is that within us which partakes of the nature of the divine being. And since it partakes of the nature of the divine being, we are divine. Now I want you to notice, no lightning struck me. This presence and power within us reacts to us according to our belief in it, and it is an immutable law, subject to the use of the least among us, no respecter of persons. It cannot be bound. In other words, we know and we know that we are divine, and we are surrounded and filled by God, the living activity of spirit. We cannot be bound. So I'm going to use the G word a lot during this talk, and if that's a word that you're not comfortable with, that God word, then I want to invite you to just do a little substitution for yourself. Maybe the word you like better is Buddha, Gaia, life, intelligence, light, universal mind, Fred. I don't know what the word is for you, but whatever that name and nature is for you, go ahead and make that little substitution, and I promise you won't get struck by lightning either, because God doesn't care. God doesn't care. God doesn't care what we call it, her, him. But all that matters is that we call, that we answer the call, that we call to our souls, and our souls say, yes, there's a call here, and that we hear that call, and that we respond to it. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, Skip gets it. So we like to teach these principles. It was originally called the science of mind and spirit. And, we get very emphatic about it. And so Ernie, he and I are just like this, actually. This is me over here. God, that works sometimes. Don't use that joke. Okay. I have no idea what I was about to teach, what I was going to say here. So Ernie gathered the best of philosophy, religion, psychology from all of these different paths around the world. He gathered spiritual ideas, wisdom texts that weren't just from the traditional Western world, but from the Eastern world as well, because he studied a great deal the idea of Buddhism, of Hinduism, of the Tao. He studied all of that. He studied the Quran. He studied the Kabbalah. There are different ways of pronouncing that, so whichever works for you, you go for it. And every wisdom teaching has taught us, and every instinct within you and me is calling us to know that there is a divine blueprint, a divine plan. This is the plan. And all the plan is urging, it's a divine urging, which is absolutely here, planted before, and we agreed to it before we even pressed through into this earthly physical experience. We said, yes, I will live in this. So, if you got problems with your life, that's between you and God, because you made an agreement. You're here, and we are the ones who should be here right now. We are the ones who are here by right of consciousness. And I know sometimes we look around and say, oh my God, really? I have to be here now? Yeah. You agreed to it. This is what happened. It's by consciousness. So this divine plan, this divine urging is always seeking to be revealed and live from a higher way. It doesn't require religiosity. It doesn't require religion. This is about a spiritual connection, a spiritual listening, a spiritual awareness, and traveling on a path that is about revealing. It's about uplift. It's about knowing an ever greater connection with God and with each other. Okay, well, fine, Sydney. You study this, you teach it, you read about it, and you post about it endlessly, apparently. How do we actually know that this is what spirituality or what God is or what this path is, what this life is about? And I'm going to say we know it because we feel it. We feel it. We sense it. And we are made restless and discontented because of it. That divine discontent calls us to listen, not to do a divine disconnect. It is a divine discontent, and oh my God, it is the most wonderful thing that can happen to us, because that voice will not be stilled and it will not be denied. Ernest Holmes wrote that intuition is the voice of God within you, within me, our intuition. And our intuition speaks to us through impressions, through feelings, through ideas, through imagination, yeah? That is exactly how we know we are connecting, because it is that thing that says, have the fish, not the steak. It's the thing that says, have the chocolate, not the, well, you should always have the chocolate, but it is that intuition that guides us, that says, not this parking space, that one. Not that appointment, this one. Not that partner, this one. Or not that, exactly. Step back and think now. It is the divine voice of God within us. So we have sometimes also been called a do-it-yourself religion, because the responsibility lies on us to make the choices and the changes in our lives. Now, there's a tagline that we hear a lot with New Thought and with religious science, and it is, change your thinking, change your life. Now, it's important to know that this tagline is not, change someone else's thinking and you won't be pissed off as much. And it's definitely not, bypass and ignore both the deck chairs on the Titanic and the fact that you're taking on water and quickly sinking. Unicorns and pink fairy dust will save you. So that is not the line either. No, the phrase is, change your thinking, change your life. You and I are the ones who must make the changes in our thinking, in our living, in our beliefs, in our expression of this divine, limitless power and presence within us. So in other words, life has no remote. Get up and change it yourself. You got to get up and change it yourself. We are the ones who must delve within. And as Jamie's song at the beginning said, we are the ones we've been waiting for. So we must do the spiritual, emotional, and psychological work in order to uncover the truth that's already there about who and what we are. We are divine. We are divine beings. Now, it's not enough to simply announce the words and to say it to anybody who walks by, because really all you're going to be doing then is just annoying other people. And that has no power other than to just, maybe you want them to go away. But if we really want our lives to be better and to go beyond mere survival to thriving, we must do the work and we must grow. What's the work? How do we grow? The work is thoughtfully, mindfully, lovingly examining what is working in your life and what is not. And what's interesting is we often start with what's not working. We might see that's not happening, that's not happening, that's not happening. And then we begin to see there must be a common thread here. Because I know I did that. I thought, well, that's not working. That's not really working. That's not really thriving. What's the common thread? Oh, my God, it's me. I'm the one. I'm the one who did all this. It must be me because it's my life. And what I got at a certain point, and I found myself brought to my knees, and some of us will find ourselves brought to our knees metaphorically or physically, was that my beliefs and my faith, I was really good at spouting the stuff, but it actually, after many years of being in this teaching, was, as I like to say, skin deep and a mile wide. We all know people who are skin deep and a mile wide, right? So I had to go deeper. And the thing that I uncovered was I had this fundamental belief happening that said, I am not enough. I am not enough. Even though I could quote all of the Ernest Holmes, I could quote Troward, I could quote all of the writers, but it was what you might have heard, a spiritual 2x4. It really hit me that I wasn't fully anchored, fully expressing this. In other words, the phrase might be, I was in the teaching, but the teaching wasn't in me. So we want to make sure that our understanding is in us, that we are living as it, not just observing it and saying, wow, I feel really good. I just spent an hour in church and it's really nice. I feel great. Then we get out on the parking lot or we get on the freeway and everything just falls apart. It's like going to Nordstrom's, trying on an outfit and going, wow, I'm looking good. And then you take the outfit off and you put it back on the hook in the dressing room and you leave the store. Then you come back next week and you go, I'm going to try that outfit on again. Oh man, it still looks really good. Then you hang it back up and you go home. You come back the next week and you try. So this is the thing. That is not effective living. Who does that? Maybe a lot of people, but it's kind of the way we approach church. We feel good for an hour, and then we leave, and we go, man, that was so good. Ooh, and we get to Wednesday or Tuesday or Wednesday. It's like, what happened? What happened? What happened? Because this is a practice. It is a practice, and the more that we are in it, the more we realize that it has to be in us. And that happens through practice, through spiritual practice, through study, through the classes that we teach, through all of that, so that we can begin to use this and apply it to our lives. Oh. Blah, blah, blah. I said that. Okay, so we all have this, sometimes we will have a sense of separation and pain, sort of an existential pain. Right? And that's what I knew that I was experiencing as I felt like, why am I not just fully present, and really fully it wasn't even about achievement, Because I'd done that. I could tap on all 8 cylinders, no problem. And I could show up in bravado and ego and be my resume, whether it was in my career or in a relationship. But it goes so much further beyond living your resume. It is so much, it's about tearing up that resume and living from the identity, and saying, what does that mean for me? Not what does the divine identity look like when it's expressed through Al Sid or through Jamie or through Chrissy. What does that identity want to express through me? Because all of us have a gift. All of us have a gift. Mine will be different from yours. Yours will be different from his and from hers. And that gift, it's not that we are here to step out and all be Einstein or all be Beethoven or all of us are supposed to be Duke Ellington or all of us are supposed to be anything or anybody. We are supposed to just be us. We are enough as that. And we have to do the work. The work is everything. You know, when we actually own that quote from Ernest, there is that within which partakes of the nature of the divine being, and since it partakes of the nature of the divine being, we are divine. We get to be as the prodigal son and begin to come back to ourselves, our divine selves. Now, the path is not a straight one, and it's not a direct one, but it's a much better one than the one, at least for me, because it's very exhausting not telling yourself the truth, the spiritual truth about who you are. It's very exhausting. And yet when you tell that truth about, wow, I'm not where I want to be spiritually, and something is just not connecting, that little T truth, then that big T truth has room to come in. You know, there's this idea that that thing that we settled for is occupying the space for that thing that we actually wanted. So if there's an area in your life where you settled for a way of thinking, a way of being, a way of living, a way of being in relationship, a way of being with money, if you have settled, if this is resonating, know that that space is available once you recognize it. And you get to interrogate it and you get to dismantle it so that you can come into the actual truth and be anchored in the divine truth of who and what you are. And again, this is about work. We have to do that wonderful spiritual divine work. Because see, oneness doesn't mean that we are becoming little puppets for somebody else's idea of God. We're not coming into subservience or imprisonment. We're coming into fulfillment. We're coming into fulfillment. You know, I remember one time hearing Dr. Mark say, God doesn't want to control us. God wants to fulfill us. So that presence and power wants to fulfill us. And as we learn more and more to listen, we will find those ways that we are going to be fulfilled through that omnipresence of good, that omni-activity of love. The universe doesn't play favorites, by the way. God doesn't have any favorites. You and I probably have favorites, whether it's people or teams or whatever, Nordstrom or Macy's, I don't know. God doesn't play favorites. The spiritual laws are no respecter of persons. And many people live according to this law, which, here's the shortcut, it's cause and effect, not fancy, not superstition, it's cause and effect. But if we think that we are not at cause, then we are living according to a myth. And we can go through our entire lives in that myth. And there are people who are very clear that they are at cause. And it's not a religious thing, but I know that when it's anchored for me in a spiritual practice, in a spiritual knowing, then my whole life opens up. Everything opens up. So people will also often ask, you can look around, you see somebody that this is maybe, life seems to be working for them a lot. And, I know that I have asked, why them, God? How come not me? Or sometimes it's more of, why me, God? How come not them? The answer is not that God likes me more than you, or God has responded to some and not others, but that some have responded to God more than others. So, Frederick Douglass wrote this: I prayed for freedom for 20 years, but received no answer until I prayed with my legs. And what we teach here is, the way we pray, we call it a spiritual mind treatment, because we're treating our thinking, basically. We're moving into a way of changing our thinking, and that requires a treatment, so that when you go to the doctor, you might get a treatment for an infection or something. And so it is about treating that so that it is no longer affecting your life and who you are. And it's the same thing with our thinking. So we do these spiritual mind treatments that go deep into looking at what is it I believe and who am I and how am I living according to a limited belief that I didn't even know I had, that perhaps somebody else planted in me. If you grew up with someone who raised you and said, you're not enough, you're not enough, you're not enough, guess what you're going to be having as your operative belief? I'm not enough. So we treat those beliefs to reveal them and to heal them, to transform them. Joseph Keel wrote, empowerment comes from recognizing that you are not a mere observer in your life, that you are an active participant capable of manifesting great change. And our role in this sublime divine equation is to court the presence and to listen. And I just know that this is so. I found myself today getting ready to come in, and I had a new skirt and a new top, and I pulled the skirt on, and I thought, ooh, I'm going to need some, we call it shapewear. I think it's out of shape wear. I don't, men probably do too, but women, I think, do more. And as I'm doing battle with this thing, thinking, I could do this or I could just take the outfit back. I could return the dress. So I kind of did this, you've heard, get thee behind me, Satan. It was like, get thee behind me, Spanx. I'm not here for this, for sure I'm not here for this. You got to pay attention, folks. You got to listen. What is it that we are being asked to do? Vanity, thy name is woman. Vanity, thy name is Sydney, without a doubt. But get thee behind me, Spanx. I listened to that voice, and it said, do not do that. So the more we listen, the more we respond, the more we become conscious and alive into knowing that we are surrounded and filled with infinite life and limitless possibility. Yes. So this teaching is about boldly going where you have never gone before. And so every time you are tempted to react in the same old way, ask yourself, this comes right from Deepak Chopra, if you want to be a prisoner of the past or a pioneer of your future. Amen. We live in an infinite ocean of absolute and unfailing good. So come on in, the water's fine. Let's pray. Thank you. So once again, we turn inward with the loving, grateful recognition that indeed there is only one power, one presence, one life, one mind, surround and filling us. It surrounds and fills all of us, every aspect of our lives, everywhere equally present, divining us, defining us, guiding us, and seeking to express in a greater way through every area of life, be it health, be it relationship, be it finance, be it creative expression, that this activity, living activity of spirit, is seeking to come forth in a big, bold, wonderful, authentic way. So I speak my word, knowing that as I say yes to that we are all united in that intention of the yes, that divine big yes that says, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, let's create now. And let's have fun. And let's have fun. So knowing this, we know that this church is a great blessing for us. We are blessed by it. We bless this church. We bless all churches, all paths to God, all mosques, all ashrams, all temples, all synagogues, all cathedrals, wherever people gather to meet. We know that light shines brighter. And so in that light, we know that it absolutely enfolds and encircles this world. It enfolds and encircles all of those people who are in mourning about plane crashes, who might be in mourning about their lives changing, who might be challenged by what is happening in this country, who might be challenged by what seems to be outside of the mind of God. And we declare that God is greater than that. And so we choose to move and know ourselves and to actively participate in the law of love. We move our feet, we move our legs, as Frederick Douglass advised us to do. But we do it mindfully, lovingly, wisely, and with a heart of compassion. So knowing that we are the expression of God. I release this word in pure gratitude, knowing it is already so. And so it is, and together we say, Amen. Ushers, would you come forward, please? I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. So this is a time when we invite you to share in the stewardship of this community. This is an investment in your spiritual future, in this community's spiritual future. How wonderful to know that we all get to have a place, a voice, and a role. So I invite you to take your gifts, your tithes, your love offerings in your hand and hold that to your heart. And say with me our affirmative blessing statement. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and belief. It does good work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. Thank you. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
You rock. You rock. I like to refer to us as I like to refer to our movement as the Church of Personal Responsibility.
Yes.
You know, it's like I really
Yep.
like that. I've
I
never
agree.
sung this song in public before, and thank you, Sam and band, for giving me an opportunity. I love this song, and I think it's appropriate for right now. So. When you're weary, feeling small, when tears are in your eyes, I will dry them all. I'm on your I will lay me down. When you're down and out, when you're on the street, when evening falls so hard, I will comfort you. I'll take your part. Oh, when darkness comes and pain is all around, like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me sail on, silver girl, sail on by. Your time has come to shine. All your dreams are on their way. See how they shine. Oh, if you need a friend, I'm sailing right behind, like a bridge over troubled water. I will ease your mind like a bridge over troubled water. I will ease your
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Jamie Lula, my brother.
Yeah.
Wow. And he's going to be with me here Wednesday night, y'all. Don't miss this. Y'all get into place right here. Come in person and experience this man. If you're at home, you're missing it. Well, you're not. You're getting it. You're getting it. You're getting it. Thank you, Sam. And do me a favor right now. Please give my sister some more love.
Oh.
That was a master class in Science of Mind 101. That was a master class. I am fulfilled in this spot here. So we have a couple announcements for you. If you're brand new to our center, welcome from our heart to your heart. If you want more information, please come to the information table that's outside. You just walk out the door, make a left. It's the first table to your left. And by the way, everything you need to know is in what we call the purple page. The purple page will tell you exactly what's going on throughout the month. Also, it gives you information on how you can help to be supportive in our community, in our growth. You can text to give. There's a number there. You can use a QR code or go directly to our website, nhcrs.org/give. Prayer with the practitioner is available right after the service. The Wednesday Wake Up, like I already just said, Jamie Lou is going to be here. We're going to be talking about deciding to go, embracing spiritual inclusivity, which needs to be talked about.
Yep.
One of my very good friends will be here. His name is Garrick Angel. He's a spiritual leader in the community, and we're going to have a conversation, great music conversation, and of course, you. Please come. Women's group is meeting today at 1 o'clock, and guess who's speaking?
I know.
Who?
You.
It's me. We're talking about the sacred relationships that we have. The first one, what Dr. Steen was talking about, your relationship with God, then your relationship with yourself, and then we're going to be dropping into relationships with others. Please come out for that. And guess what? The men's group is meeting right next door in the Ernest Holmes room. Elders, I was told to make sure I say this, the Elder Wisdom group meets Wednesday at 10 a.m. And then you can join me for yoga at 12:30 on Thursdays or 6:30 Thursday night as well. Now, do me a favor. You asked for it nighttime yoga. Last week, nobody showed up. I got to tell you something. If you want it, y'all better show up this time because, I got other things to do for our church. I'm talking about for our church, all right? All right, so the Creative Arts Ministry presents, I'm going to be here for that as well. It's Artistic Celebration of Aging. That's this Friday, February 7th at 7 p.m. I'm going to be here in the sanctuary with you all for that. Please join us. Suggested donation is $10. Your Abundant Spirit class with Reverend Robin Walford. Yay! That is happening 5 Saturdays on Zoom beginning February 16th. Affirmative giving, whatever you are affirming to give, that's what we're asking you to donate. So this is very, very important. North Hollywood Church of Religious Science, our annual meeting is coming up, and that's going to be February 23rd. This is where we're going to discuss business and new things that are coming up, but you're able to vote and find out where our community is going into the next year. Please make sure that you are a member and come out, and that's going to be February 23rd at 1 p.m. Also, there will be available a Zoom link if you can't make it in person. Zoom meditation meets Monday through Saturday, 7:55 to 8:15. And please visit our website, nhcrs.org, for all the information, our newsletter, and everything else that we need to do. And did I do it?
You did great.
Okay, here we go. Yes.
Let's stand and sing our peace song.
I love you. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as my Father, loved ones all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be our joyous vow. We take each moment and live each moment with peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
All right, now before we speak our final affirmation here. You notice that the kids came in here, and if they came running to you, please make sure you go back to the classroom and sign them out so we know that they haven't just wandered off into the ethers. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Would you repeat after me,
She has to
please?
sign up right there. in the
See,
back.
oh, there it is. So, come
Come
forward.
on, Reverend Nadine, come on.
Yeah, Reverend Nadine's going to come forward. She's making it easy for
Reverend
you.
Nadine.
We just want to make sure that nobody gets lost on this divine path. So she's coming up here. Apparently you can sign out from her right here. Okay. I am at home in the heart of God.
I'm at home in the heart of God.
My life is anchored in truth.
My life is anchored in truth.
I can never be separate.
I can never be separate.
I live in the consciousness of peace.
I live in the consciousness of peace.
I release all fear.
I release all fear.
I am living love.
I am living love.
Have a blessed week. Thank you for being here.
Yay.